everyone, my name is Droogie Forever, and today we are going to go over the physical pickups that I had for September. I did not get a lot of physical stuff in September, so this video is probably going to be a little shorter than normal. But I will show you what I did pick up. So first up, Aliens Dark Descent for the PlayStation 5. I have not yet played this. In fact, I have not played... I have that other Aliens game for the PS5 too, Fireteam Elite. I haven't played that either. I'm more a fan of Isolation, but I do love the franchise, so I went ahead and bought them. You know, I don't know how great they are or anything, but I prefer the Isolation type stuff. This one, I think, is a top-down shooter, and then Fireteam Elite is more like a co-op kind of deal. But I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and I bought the amazing, massive collector's edition that Limited Run did for Alien Isolation on the Switch that comes with the figure of the Nostromo ship. So when that comes, oh my god, dude, I'm going to be so excited to show that. I'm going to be so excited when that collector's edition comes. Yeah, so a lot of PlayStation 5 games this month. We'll get to the rest, and then maybe I'll show the current PlayStation 5 collection. All right, so anyway, next up after that was 35mm. So this is an interesting game. This developer, Sergey whatever, they have a couple other physicals out there. So you've got 35mm here, which I got from Limited Run. And this is my favorite game that they've done. But they do another game that I also have on PS5 that I got from Red Art Games, which is a PAL exclusive for In Rays of the Light, which is called on PC, it's called The Light Remake. But on console, it's called In Rays of the Light. And then they have another physical for Seventh Sector, which is kind of a dystopian puzzle game. And that one is through Strictly Limited. So they've done Strictly Limited Run Games, and Red Art for their 3 releases. Kind of interesting there. I'm sure I probably just showed In Rays of the Light on the screen. Both of those are great, 35mm and In Rays of the Light. I got a little frustrated with 7th Sector, but... And then they have an upcoming game that looks really cool, Hail to the Rainbow. Hail to the Rainbow looks really cool, so I'm excited for that as well. All right. Anyway, next up, 2 Vita games, and I just played one of these today. So we've got Lumens, which is an electronic symphony music game, and then the other one is Earth Defense Force 2 Invaders from Planet Space. And I had to go somewhere today, and I took my Vita with me, and I played Earth Defense Force 2, and it was really awesome. I had a really great time playing it. There were these giant ants everywhere. It was incredible. I had so much fun playing that today. Really fun game. Really excited to have that in the collection. My first Earth Defense Force game, period. So, yeah, really excited about these 2. All right, next up. Okay, so remember I said more PS5 games? Well, here they are. So we've got, first, a Switch game, Being Home Alone with You is Worse Than Death, and that has all 3 Benjamin Rivers games on it. Home, Alone with You, and Worse Than Death. And I also have physicals of everything Ben has done. So I have Worse Than Death on PS4, I have Home on Vita and PS4, and I have Alone with You on Vita and PS4, and I have the soundtrack for Alone with You, which came in a Sega CD-styled case. So I have everything Benjamin Rivers has done, which they've rebranded to Bancy Co., him and Nancy. They make the games together, and they're a husband and wife team, so they've rebranded to Bancy Co., but I have, like, everything they've ever done. And then I was super happy to pick up the Sorrow Virus because I am friends with the developer. The developer is freaking awesome. We've been friends for years. I've tested this game for Adam since, oh my god, I can't even remember. It's been like 4 years. 4 years I've play tested this game, and it's finally out on console. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him, man. I remember when he first was like trying to convince people to play it. Like, he's worked so hard, he deserves it. Like, when the physical was announced, I told him, I was like, this is a huge accomplishment, because he was like nonchalant about it. I'm like, dude, this is huge. This is massive. Having a physical copy of your game on the shelf when you've worked as hard as you have, I was like, this means something, you know, enjoy it, soak it up. I bought the PS4 and PS5 version. Unfortunately, the PS4 version isn't here yet, but I wanted to support Adam in any way I could, so I bought both versions. PS5 version's here. I'm just so happy for him. And then I got Night Trap, which I also have the PC 25th Anniversary Edition. Unfortunately, it's in storage somewhere. I don't know where it's at. And then I have the Classic Edition on the Vita, which I'll show here. So I am a Night Trap fan. I like Night Trap. It's a fun game, so I ordered it on PS5. And then finally, I got Daymare 1994 Sandcastle, the Collector's Edition. This was limited to 5,000. Numbered. Each collector's edition for each console is limited to 5,000. So if you got Switch or Xbox or whatever, there's only 5,000 of them. It's smaller than I thought it would be, but it's still pretty cool. And I do have two other versions of the last Daymare game, Daymare 1998. I have the standard PS4 version, and I have the Black Edition, which is still sealed as well. So yeah, and with that, all these PS5 games I'm showing off, I have 98 physical PS5 games, so I'll probably show a couple pictures here or something of the whole collection. I am 2 away from 100, and I have way more than 2 pre-ordered, so we're going to pass 100 soon. This Switch game is number 169, I believe, something like that. And finally, we have one last thing to show off in the video. Actually, I've gone for a lot longer than I thought I was going to. This is the vinyl soundtrack for Oxenfree. This is the reissue that was done through I Am 8-Bit. This particular one, there are 2 different versions of the reissue. This one, the one that I have, is a special one. So I Am 8-Bit had an entry on their website for something just called Project 8149. And for those of us who figured out what it was, you got a special version of the vinyl if you pre-ordered it before they announced what it was. And I did. I pre-ordered it when it was Project 8149 because I knew it was something Oxenfree related. I just didn't know what it was. And then when they announced it, they were like, anybody who pre-ordered it before we announced it gets a special version of the vinyl. So that's what this is. It took years. I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered it like 2 or 3 years ago. It finally came. I'm really excited about it. I'll show off probably some of my other vinyl and maybe my PS4 copy of Oxenfree here so that you can see I've got a lot of vinyl stuff. Yeah, mostly Silent Hill related, but still. All right, well, there you go. That's all the pickups for September. I hope you enjoyed that video. We have a lot more pickups on the way. I know for sure stuff is going to be arriving in October. Definitely. There is several things arriving in October for sure. So there will probably be a longer video for next month. But anyway, that's all the pickups for September. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, tell that like button you want to smash, and don't forget to subscribe. You stay you, I'll stay me, Drugi forever. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Later.